found I've used it everywhere. That's good.
Okay, good morning to Chris, Boddy and John Edwards. The council's North Norfolk District Council has just unveiled plans to turn this piece of land at North Lodge Park into a car park and new toilet block. It's got to be good news for Cromer, Chris?
No, certainly not good news. It's a repeat of a proposal they put forward earlier, which we had a vote of the local opinion, a parish poll which voted 94% against having such a car park. This area lies in a green recreational area. Cromer is already in deficit when it comes to recreational space, and we think this is little short of vandalism. We look around and we see a situation that's been deliberately created by the council to make it look brownfield or whatever you care to think of it, but it looks terrible. And they're now seeking to convert things again by persuading local residents, I think, that anything would be better than this. And it's a disgrace.
John, this isn't the first time you fought this. You fought this back in 2007. What would be so bad about turning this area into a car park?
Well, the basic thing that's so bad about it is that the people of Cromer have voted very strongly against it. And I think that's still the feeling of the town as a whole. The council have come back with proposals again, having been turned away once. And the arguments that they're using are, in our opinion, false arguments. They're making excuses for reusing this as a car park rather than reasons. They're promoting the idea of a car park here as a benefit to the businesses in the east end of town. And yet there's hardly a single business this side of the Albion Public House that hasn't opened its doors knowing that there's no car park. So there's no one can rightly expect a car park to be provided. They argue that this is a brownfield site. It's only a brownfield site because, as Chris says, the whole place has been systematically and deliberately neglected. So we would like to see another referendum to take the current view of local residents, and we would challenge the district council to act on the result of that.
Chris, you believe there's special conditions that protect this land as well. Can you explain a bit about those?
Well, it has certainly conditions of open land and public domain within the council's own development plan for this area, which preclude any developments which are not in line with the objectives of the park area, which are recreational. And in addition to those, it's a listed area, which gives it a further protection. And we believe there are covenants which restrict any business that might be a noise, might be a nuisance to people living round about. And the noise and interruption by motor cars, we would believe, would be a nuisance. So there are many arguments which militate against the proposals they're putting up at the moment. It's really very bad indeed. We have to decide really also whether we can trust the council. Their previous proposals here were not for simply covering here, though it was one of the three proposals they put up before, but their preferred option was to tarmac all of this area here, right the way across the park there to Cliff Drive in the distance, and that was holding nearly 100 motor cars. They would not release the pictures. It is also the way in which the council goes about this. They develop their plans in secret, not in consultation. They try and persuade the town council not to have public discussions about the matter, which fortunately the first time round the town council ignored against the wishes they'd had and invited the public in, so we found out about it before and had the vote, as you've heard earlier. All of that really, together with their suggestion that the people who now, the Friends who've taken over and run very well, have brought life into a part of the park here, they have been told that they may not, as part of their lease, object to any council proposals for this park. So we find that there's a pretty underhand way in which they're dealing with all of this, which we certainly don't approve of. They seem to be putting their proposals forward rather like guilty men, almost as they recognise that this is a recreational area which should not be removed. It's hard to think of any other word than vandalism, frankly. It is a disgrace that they should
John, you've mentioned you'd like to see a public poll. What if that public poll was in favour, was against a car park, the car park proposals? What ideally would you like to see developed at this site?
Well, this used to be tennis courts. It's been used as a children's park. People have campaigned for many years for this area to be reinstated. As you can see, it's now a construction site. It's been used as a dumping ground. It's been used to park contractors' vehicles. We would like to see the park redeveloped, and I recognise that finance is a limiting factor. But I can't see that it's impossible for the district council and the town council to work together to manage this park in a sustainable way. So yes, we'd like to see the whole of the park tidied up. But we feel that if this area is lost to a car park, you'll never get it back.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, John, thank you very much.
Yeah. Got cars stacked here. And there's a notice that these chaps haven't got any permissions on there. So it's against the law.